Welcome to the final outcome. This one's about the finishing touches that make writing feel properly academic, accurate English, the right tone, and crediting your sources through referencing. So, what actually makes writing academic? It follows a set of agreed conventions that keep ideas clear, formal, and credible. We'll cover three: accuracy, meaning correct standard English; style and register, meaning matching your language to the task and reader; and referencing, meaning acknowledging your sources through one consistent system. These aren't fussy rules for their own sake. They're what help a reader trust and follow your work. Standard English is simply the formal, widely accepted form of the language, with correct grammar and spelling. Write in full, complete sentences rather than notes or fragments. Normally you'd avoid contractions, do not rather than don't, and steer clear of slang or text speak. And here's the reassuring part: Standard English doesn't mean long, showy words. It means correct, clear, and formal. Let me give you the swaps. Instead of contractions like can't and won't, write cannot and will not. Instead of abbreviations or text speak, write the words out in full, for example, rather than a shortcut. Swap long bullet list in an essay for flowing, linked paragraphs, and replace casual phrases like a big deal with something like significant. Same meaning, but it reads as considered rather than chatty. A few terms worth knowing. Standard English is the formal form of the language with agreed grammar and punctuation. A sentence fragment is an incomplete sentence missing a subject or verb, something to avoid. Register is the level of formality you choose to suit the task and reader. And proofreading is reading your work carefully to catch errors before you hand it in. Never skip it. Let's rescue a sentence. The informal version reads, "Loads of small biz don't make it 'cause they run out of cash. It's a big problem." The problems pile up: slang, a contraction, cause, and a vague big problem. The academic rewrite: many small businesses fail because they run out of cash. This is a significant problem. Same meaning entirely, but now it's formal, complete, and accurate. Reading your work aloud is a great way to catch that informal wording. Academic tone is measured and objective, rather than emotional or personal. Lean on evidence over opinion. The data suggest rather than I really think. Use cautious language where it's warranted. May, tends to, suggests. And steer well clear of sweeping claims like everyone knows or this proves, because they rarely hold up under scrutiny. Register is just how formal or informal your language is, and you already switch it constantly. You'd text a friend one way and email your tutor quite another. Academic writing keeps a formal register the whole way through. There's a little room to adapt to the format, mind you. A report can be slightly more direct than a flowing essay. Here are some everyday to academic upgrades. Loads of becomes many or a large number of. A big thing becomes a significant factor. Get worse becomes decline or deteriorate. I reckon becomes the evidence suggests, and kind of becomes to some extent. None of it is about sounding clever, it's about sounding precise. Your main reader is your tutor or assessor, but the trick is to write as if for an informed reader who isn't inside your head. Explain your terms and don't skip steps in your argument just because they feel obvious to you. Ask yourself, would an intelligent reader who wasn't in the room be able to follow this? If yes, your work is clear, complete, and well signposted. A quick do and take care list. Do write mostly in the third person, use formal, precise vocabulary, support your claims with evidence, and keep sentences clear and complete. Take care with personal opinion words like I feel or I love, with emotive or exaggerated language, with rhetorical questions standing in for actual argument, and with humour, sarcasm, and slang. And let's adjust 1.3 ways. Too informal, social media is awesome for cafes and everyone should just use it. Too vague, social media is a thing that can help cafes a bit. And the academic version, social media can be an effective, low-cost marketing tool for small cafes, although its impact depends on how it is used. That last one is formal, precise, and suitably cautious, and it opens the door to further discussion. Referencing shows exactly where your information and ideas came from. It credits the original author, it protects you from plagiarism, passing off others' work as your own, and it lets your reader check your sources and see your points are well supported. It comes in two parts, a short in-text citation and a full entry in the reference list. And remember, failing to reference is plagiarism, even when it's completely accidental. Harvard is a common author date system, and it's the one you'll most likely use. A full reference gives the author, the year, the title, the edition, and the publisher, with the book title shown in italics. Every entry follows that same order, which is what keeps the list neat and consistent. So a book by Cottrell would open with the surname, then the year, Cottrell 2019, and carry on from there. 3 terms to keep straight. An in-text citation is the short note in your text, like Cottrell 2019, showing where an idea came from. The reference list is the full alphabetical list of everything you cited, sitting at the end. A bibliography is slightly different, a list of what you read, which can include things you didn't actually cite. And the referencing system is the agreed set of rules, such as Harvard, that ties it all together. The process is 4 simple steps. As you research, note the details: author, year, title, publisher. When you use an idea, add the citation in the text, author and year in brackets. Then list the full reference at the end. And finally, check consistency, making sure every citation has a matching full reference and nothing's been left dangling. Good academic work draws on a range of sources, not just websites. The most reliable are peer-reviewed journals and academic books because experts have checked them. Official reports, the Office for National Statistics, or Jove UK, add current evidence. Treat general websites, blogs and wikis with more caution, and reach for the stronger sources higher up the pyramid wherever you can. Leaning on a single source, or only on websites, quietly weakens your argument. Books and journal articles are usually checked by experts, so they carry more weight. Official and expert reports give you reliable, up-to-date facts and figures. As a rule of thumb, if your whole reference list is web links, it's worth going back and adding some sturdier sources. If you use an AI writing aid, honesty is everything, and you must follow your college's rules. Acceptable support might be checking grammar and spelling, or helping organize ideas that are already yours. But AI isn't a citable author in the usual sense, so you declare its use rather than hide it. Cite them right, and most universities now offer a format, usually a short note of which tool you used and how. When in doubt, ask your tutor first, because passing off AI-generated work as your own is academic misconduct. Let's see a citation and its reference together. In the text you might write, planning an answer before writing improves its structure, and then in brackets, Cottrell 2019. For a direct quotation you'd add the page, Cottrell 2019, page 112. Then in the reference list, Cottrell S. 2019, the Study Skills Handbook, 5th edition, London, Red Globe Press, with the title in italics. The in-text citation and the full reference match up perfectly, and every source you cite appears exactly once in that list. The big principle here is consistency. Pick one referencing system, such as Harvard, and use it right through a whole piece of work. Don't mix Harvard with numbered styles in the same assignment. Watch out for the common slips, missing dates, no page number on a quotation, or a citation with no matching reference. The easiest fix is to keep a running list of your sources as you research, so referencing at the end is almost effortless. Bringing the outcome home, academic writing uses standard English, full sentences, correct grammar, and few abbreviations or contractions. Adopt a formal, objective tone and match your style and register to the task and audience. Reference to give credit, avoid plagiarism, and let readers check your sources, drawing on a range of them, not just websites, and applying one system consistently. And use any AI aids responsibly, declaring them in line with your college's rules. That completes the unit. You can now write accurately in the right tone and reference your sources with confidence. If you'd like to go deeper, the further reading on screen is the place to turn. Peers and Shield Cite Them Right is the definitive guide to referencing, and Cite Them Right Online is superb for checking any awkward source. Cottrell and Bailey remain excellent all-round companions for academic writing generally. Pick out whatever you need and keep it close as you write and reference your assignment.